this Phillies team, man, they get it done. The Arizona Diamondbacks have won 4 of their last 5, 13 of the last 20 games. They're playing for a playoff spot. They're keeping it really real. This Ryan Nelson kid that was starter, 1.88 in his last 4 starts. Ricky Vitalico, Ben Davis, I'm Michael Barkan. We welcome you to Phillies Postgame Live, presented by Cure Auto Insurance. Ricky Bo, I thought that was an impressive victory tonight.
In all honesty, it looked a lot like loss against the Dodgers. I mean, it was kind of slow, the slow takeoff, but the big explosion later on. Once again, they destroy a bullpen. I mean, this team just destroys bullpens. And I will tell you this much, this is one of the reasons why I think they're going to do well in the playoffs, because there is no panic on this team. They get down a couple runs, it's no big deal. I'm going to throw some credit to somebody probably who doesn't deserve it, and that's Taijuan Walker. It could have been a lot worse than 2 runs. I mean, you look at what he did out there. He was leaving runners out on base. He had a lot of traffic on base, but he pitched his way through it. That's the bottom line. And he got them to where they needed to be, and Buehler came in and pitched well after him until he got tired late in the ballgame. But I just look at this offense and it makes me laugh. I give Castellanos a lot of credit in this one. Comes in late in the game, he strikes out, then he gets a hit, then he hits a home run. Pretty good night it turned into.
Yeah, how's this one strike you, Ben, this win?
Well, it was a good team win, obviously. You would like to see the Phillies get out to a little bit more of a hotter start, but they ended up coming up and really producing it, especially the bottom of the lineup, getting it done again. And Harrison Bader, this guy's hitting .340 as a Philly. He's hitting .340 as a Philly. It's incredible, the turnaround that he's made. When I heard Scott Franzke say that was his 5th 3-hit game of the month, it's only September 19th. He's got 5 of them already. 5. Yeah, he's just been a godsend. What a great pick. A great find by David Dombrowski.
Sure was. And also, he's batting .406 in the 26 games since August 23rd. .406. By the way, that was the Ted Williams number. That's the last guy to ever hit
what did
above
I tell you?
400,
I told you before the game, you look at this guy, and he's going well at the top of the lineup right now. You almost hate to see him have to leave that spot when it becomes time to do that.
Yeah, well, that's an issue for another day, but that day is coming
quick.
It sure is. All right, let's go next level.
Sometimes it's got to feel pretty good after, more or less what he's been through. And I say that very kind of gingerly in a sense that, going from starter to the bench and being kind of a platoon type player, not the easiest thing to do in the world. Doesn't matter how much money you make, obviously, people get pissed. And that's just how it is. I mean, that's a competitive individual is what that is.
How is it worn on him in your view, Ben?
I don't think it's worn too well on him. You heard that interview he did at the end of the game.
What interview?
Yeah. It does make you think. Here's a guy that's making $20 million, and he's upset. And you say, well, what are you so upset about? You're making $20 million. Just go sit on the bench for 3 hours and collect your paycheck. Some guys aren't built that way. I know I would not be happy if, you go to the ballpark because you play the game because, A, it's fun, and B, you're good at it. And when he said, when you get that text message and your name isn't in that lineup, you get ticked off. And I understand where he's coming from. I like the fact that he's ticked off. I just hope he uses it and channels it in the proper directions to help his ball club win when given the opportunity, and he definitely did that tonight.
I got to tell you something. It's one thing to be upset, and that's fine to be. And it doesn't seem like this is leaking into the clubhouse.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't seem like it. You haven't heard anything really about it. He's upset because he's got – it wears on his face. What he wants to say or what he wants to do, you could tell in his face whether he's upset or not. So, I mean, as long as it's not wearing on the other players, I think you're fine.
And besides, there is every chance that he could end up playing almost as much in pinch hitting situations. He got the lion's share of the playing time in the right field position. Let's go to the manager's office in Phoenix. Here's Rob Thomson.
Bones' first at bat. I mean, the Rob was at bat, but that first at bat.
Yeah.
Double the right center after going down 0-2. What'd you think about
well,
what you saw
him.
on Bones tonight?
Yeah, that's him. He drove the ball, and he had a good night. Offensively, we had a really, really good night. 13 hits and 5 walks. Saw a lot of pitches. Bader continues to hit. Big home run. Castellanos off the bench with 3 RBIs. That's huge. Yeah, it was a good night.
Did you happen to catch Castellanos in batting practice tonight?
Mm-hmm.
he seemed like he was pretty on. Did that have anything to do with your judgment of going early there?
Oh, no,
or
not
was
really.
it just left?
Beeks was the guy that tried to keep our lefties away from. So that was just a spot where I thought we'd maybe score a run there, get a right-hander on him, maybe Nick drives the ball. So.
Bohm hit cleanup a lot last year, and the production from the cleanup spot this year hasn't been that great. Is that a spot that you could see him elevating himself into before the end of the season?
We'll see. Yeah, I mean, it could. Who knows?
What about, is that something that you feel you need out of that cleanup spot, more production?
I think JT's had pretty good at bats, to tell you the truth. So, and I know he's comfortable there, and we'll see. But I'm pretty comfortable with where we're at right now.
Buehler looked pretty good until the last couple batters. Maybe what'd you see from him, and what'd you think happened that last?
It was good. Both those guys. Taijuan, I thought, threw the ball really well. He gives up the home run in the first inning to Marte, and then really after that, they didn't hit a ball hard in the first inning and score a run. We probably should have turned that double play in the inning. And then he settled in. Fourth inning was really good, and then Buehler came on and really effective until that last inning, the last two hitters. So I had to go to Banks, and Banks gets the pop up, and we get out of the inning.
How do you think Nick has taken to the role that he is now in?
Well, it's very difficult. It really is. For a guy that's played every day since he's come to the big leagues and probably even in the minor leagues, to take on this role is difficult. And I think he's trying to adjust. And I think after tonight, I think that tells me something that he's starting to get a feel for it.
Given how Marsh and Kepler have hit, how hard would it be for Nick to crack that and get starts against righties again? Do you foresee that nothing changing here in the last?
Well, it's not going to change tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
So, who knows? Nick, we all know Nick can get hot, and as hot as anybody. So, if he gets on one of those streaks, you never know.
They got the job done. Isn't that what we're talking about here?
Yeah, and I guess what I would ask you, Ben, is how close is he to being a stronger version of his prior self? Because he looked really good those first 3 innings that he was in there. The fourth one, he ran into trouble.
Yeah, I liked what I saw out of him tonight. I thought he had a good ride on his fastball, and it was staying through the strike zone, carrying it through to the catcher's mitt. I liked what I saw out of him. He threw some good sinkers out there tonight. I think he was maybe just pulling off that slider just a hair and pulling it glove side towards that first base side. But overall, I was kind of happy with what I saw. I like the ride, the finish on the fastballs. What I saw tonight, the velocity was up a little bit, 94,
Velocity
95.
was up 2 miles an hour today.
Yeah.
For him, that's a big jump.
So here's a guy who threw the very last pitch of the 2024 World Series as the Dodgers won it. Can he attain that level of proficiency again?
See, you're talking about through a long period of time, through a long period of game. And I don't know. I don't know if he's there right now. It seemed like he kind of went early on. He had, like I said, 15 straight strikes. He was on top of his game. Then that game kind of fell apart a little bit. It deteriorated as the game went on. So that tells me he's tiring a little bit too quickly right now. So, his usage, maybe that's why they're piggybacking. Maybe they figured, if we throw one of these guys, they're only going to go 4 or 5 innings, then we're going to just rip the bullpen apart. Instead, they're keeping them on the same day, and it's going to work out that way. So he's got plenty of innings out of both of them together.
Here's the pitcher Walker Buehler took over for the first part of the Walker show tonight, and that's Taijuan Walker in the clubhouse.
It's kind of exactly what Rob wanted to get out of tonight with you and Walker. How did you feel about it? How did it go for you?
Yeah, it was good. Gave up the solo home run to Marte, and then thought I made some good pitches to get out of the inning with just the 1 run. Didn't go that way, but then I settled after that. And it was good. And then Walker did his job and shut it down. The offense was really good today.
You haven't factored into the postseason much in the last few years. There might not be a starting spot.
Yeah.
Do you think deserve to be on the staff, or how do you think you can help the team come October?
Yeah, I mean, I think I definitely pitched better today than I had in the last couple. And then I'll probably have one more start or coming out of the bullpen next week and one more chance to show that, I want to be on the roster and going to do everything I can do.
Are you more equipped to kind of do that bullpen thing now, given that you did a little bit early on in the year?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like, just the routine that I was able to build going back and forth all year, I think I'll be ready to transition back in easily.
I'll tell you what. He did one of the better.
Bader.
He did one of the better load ups you could ever see on that swing. It was a thing of beauty.
All right, back to the clubhouse. Nick Castellanos has some interesting things to say, especially about Rob Thomson.
Nick, I happened to catch you at batting practice. Seemed like you had a really good one before the game tonight. Did you feel that? Did you feel something like coming in, you felt good, or was it especially good for you?
Which part?
The batting practice, yeah.
No, I think it was just pretty consistent. Yeah.
Have you found a way to adjust to the role that you're in now? Or how do you think you've adjusted?
I don't know, man. It's still like brand new, right? Like I'm just making stuff up as I go along. Some days I don't do anything. Some days I go out for batting practice. It's just kind of how I feel.
Do you think maybe something you did today is something you could go forward with? I mean, what you did BP today, you didn't do what else? You had a good. Is whatever you did today something maybe you could go forward with, because you had a good day once you entered the game in the 5th inning, whatever inning it was.
Sixth inning. Yeah, I hit batting practice today. Maybe I'll hit it again tomorrow. It's a good idea.
Are you feeling any more comfortable in this role and just coming into a game, pinch hitting? The first at bat was a pretty good at bat.
I mean, I think anything that I do more often, I'll get better at it for sure.
How disappointed are you in not playing every day?
That's a controversial question, so I'm going to skip that.
Okay, well, so you said you went on Mookie's podcast and you said that the media has been coming up with narratives for your season. So what would be your narrative for this season, your own narrative?
I'm here to do whatever I can to make sure that Philadelphia wins a World Series ring. So whatever role that looks like, just do the best I can with that.
You mentioned in that interview about your knee, that play in New York.
Sure.
Has that affected you? I know you don't want to make an excuse, but maybe does that explain anything about, the last couple months?
I mean, it hasn't been 100%, that's for sure. But again, like, I'm not going to sit here and say that's the reason. I've done and performed well hurt before.
Does a night like tonight help you embrace this new role and just saying, hey, I can come off the bench and still help this team win? If you had any doubts, in other words.
I mean, like I told you in the dugout before the game, anytime that I step into the box, there's a chance that something good can happen.
Do you understand why you haven't been playing as much as you normally would?
I don't really talk to Rob all that often, so that's just, I play whenever he tells me to play, and then I sit whenever he tells me to sit.
So, the coaches or Rob don't sit down and explain to you what they want you to do and whatever role they want you to have?
Communication over the years has been questionable, at least in my experience. But also, I grew up communicating with somebody like my father, which is very blunt, direct, and consistent.
Mm-hmm. Did you find it different with different managers?
Every manager has their own style.
Right.
Has it been worse this year or consistent over the last 4 years?
I don't really know how to answer that question.
It's kind of surprising to hear because most people say that his strength is communicating with his players and talking to his players every day.
Who says that?
I mean, the guys in here that have been winning since 2022. So you've had a different experience than those guys.
There's just been times where things have been said, and then over the course of years, I'll have expectations because I'll latch on to what's being said, and then actions will be different, and then I'm kind of left, just thinking and whatnot. But again, like, it is what it is. Adapt, do what I can. At the end of the day, we're here to win a World Series.
What do you think your future is here?
I show up tomorrow and play a game against the Diamondbacks, that's my future.
You're not thinking anything like next year or anything like that?
Why would I do that in front of what we have ahead of us? That would be really selfish and take away from what we're trying to do as a group.
So it sounds like you're unhappy, but you're gonna
That would be creating a narrative.
Okay.
Are you unhappy?
Are you unhappy?
That's I'm here. We won a baseball game. You know, I hit my 250th. I have a good relationship with the guys in this clubhouse. You know, like.
And you're going to do what it takes to win a World Series.
I'm here to win. John Middleton is paying me money so that I can help the Philadelphia Phillies win a World Series.
Just getting it all down, man. Holy smokes.
I just said before, after he did the interview after the game, as long as it doesn't whittle its way into the clubhouse, I think it just got there.
Well, do you really though? I mean, he talked about the fact
I'll tell
that
you
he
right
gets
now,
along with all
what
the guys
he was,
in the clubhouse.
Right, what he was talking about, I will guarantee you all the players already know.
Yes.
I think all the players already knew what he was what he's saying right now.
Yeah.
Right. But to take shots at his manager, I don't know what that.
I don't think he actually took a shot at the manager. He told us the truth.
Well,
he told us the truth about
is,
his
as
communication
he observes
skills
it
with,
and he perceives
with
it.
Right, with Nick.
Yeah, but he said that Nick's Topper's communication over the years is, to quote, has been questionable. I grew up with my dad, who made everything clear. He was blunt and direct. I don't really talk to Rob all that often. I play whenever he tells me to play, and I sit when he tells me to sit. That's just the
one
truth.
thing about this, there is no deciphering it. He comes right out. He tells you. He told us. This is what he did this before a while back, where when he lets everything stir up, and all of a sudden he gets asked basically the same question 10 different ways, and he's like, you know what, I'm just going to answer it, and he lets everybody know. That's why there's no, like, this isn't like a code. He came out and said how he felt, period.
Right. And he was asked, has this year been worse than other years? He said, I don't know how to answer that. And then he was asked, most people say that Rob Thomson's good at communicating. And Castellanos replied, there's just been times when things have been said, and over the course of the year, I latch on to what's been said, and then his actions are different. So, and I guess therein lies disappointment by the player. So, but that's what happens in Major League Baseball.
That's all this is. He's disappointed. Come on, he had the run-in with Rob earlier in the season that we knew about. I'm sure that never really went away. So, I mean, it's one of those things that they're happy but not happy.
Yeah. And look, if the two of them don't like each other, and it seems as if that is at least one-sided on the part of Nick Castellanos toward Rob Thomson, that's not the first time, the second time, and 100,000th time that's happened in pro sports or Major League Baseball.
But I take one thing out of this is the end of the interview is when he said, hey, man, I'm just here to play baseball. What is your future? I'm going to come here and play the Diamondbacks tomorrow. And he said, I'm going to do everything I can to help Philadelphia win a championship.
I'm good with that.
I'm good with that. I'm totally fine with that. Is he ticked off? Yes. You can actually see that he is not happy. And why would he be? He's not playing. This dude is used to playing every day for the last decade. And he's not playing every day. And he's ticked off. But he did say, I'm going to try and help, do whatever I can. Hey, if I take BP tomorrow, I take BP. If I feel like taking it, then I'll take it. I took it today, and it worked out.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to do anything to bring this ball club down. The players in the locker room, they already know this.
Right, and they don't even care what's going on.
They don't care.
I'm telling you, they don't care.
Has it affected their play?
Not at all.
No.
And
you know what else? He was asked about his knee that he says he injured in New York, and he said it's definitely not 100%, but that I'm not putting anything on there. He was asked directly about it.
You could probably ask Ben. There's a lot of guys that are not playing at 100% right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's
Michael,
not using it as an excuse.
No, he didn't.
When Ricky parades around the newsroom upstairs and talk about the traffic and that he's hungry, we don't let it affect us, do we?
No,
we go about our business.
No, he rarely does that, though. He rarely does it.
I don't really go hungry
What time is it?
anymore.
No, he doesn't go hungry. That's why he looks so good. Look at him, the svelte Ricky Bo.
Come on, let's move on.
Very, very nice. Buehler, Walker Buehler in the clubhouse.
Did you like coming out of the bullpen? Maybe how it, I know maybe you don't like it. Did you like how it felt maybe coming out of the bullpen?
No, I didn't love it, but obviously, I'm on a week or whatever it is rest, and so a little bit of a tick up there early for me in terms of velo, but kind of got out of whack in that last inning. But all in all, kind of another step forward for me.
I was going to say, you see this as a path for you to pitch for this team in the postseason?
I don't
Potentially?
know. You know, I think there's a lot of ways to look at it and kind of dissect it, but you know, I'm happy to be here and be on the team, and obviously I want to start every game we play, but that's not the reality, and I will do whatever I can to help our team, as I've kind of said since I've been here. But yeah, definitely not really my cup of tea, but you know, I'd rather be pitching in the big leagues than coming out of the bullpen than be at home.
I think last year you said something about, like, when you came in, it was a World Series, but you said something about how, like, 22 would do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm wondering, like, obviously playing with Kurt Feld's last regular season, he announced his retirement. I'm wondering if you get any, you know, if you had known, or maybe, or when you heard about it, like, what your reaction was.
Yeah, I knew. I mean, you know, we spoke when I was in LA, and obviously super happy for him. And I saw he got a punch out in his last throw at home, which is pretty fitting. So, you know, really cool memories with him, and super proud of him and the way he's kind of ended his career the right way. And really cool day. But you know, at the end of the day, I don't play in LA anymore, and I'm excited to see us, you know, try and hold one up again.
Maybe learn about this team in a couple of weeks. I mean, you were in a champagne celebration just the other day.
Yeah, I felt like I was one of you guys. I should have had a camera and mic. No, you know, it's a awesome team. Obviously, a lot of guys that have done this for a long time, and we're just a super mature team, and been there a lot, and so hopefully, you know, this is the year, and you know, I'll bring whatever I can do to help.
Talked about Kyle Schwarber in the pregame program. He was 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. Road ahead for your fighting Phillies. Only 8 games left. That's it on the season, man. Arizona for 2 more. They come home. Miami, and then the Twins. And then tomorrow's starters. Zach Gallen, Aaron Nola. What are you thinking for Nola? Can he keep it in the park?
No.
Please.
Do you think he's going to not give up home runs?
No, I don't. But I'm hoping that the Phillies can score some. We'll see you at 7:30 we open. 7:30 tomorrow. Today.